Hi, gang. This is Boomer. I'm going to spend a minute on, you guessed it, Donald Trump. He continues not just with the chaos and the disruption and the flaunting of his power, but he continues and is really stepping up this um, uh, meanness and his anger and his evilness is just showing its ugly face almost on a daily basis. And I mean, his firing of the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics on Friday was just beyond the pale. And his talk about Obama and Biden and the way he uses ICE and his cabinet members to do his bidding and oh, I mean, it just goes on and on. It's dripping in lies. It's all based on fabrication and lies. But uh, but ladies and gentlemen, this is the story of the century. Donald Trump is the story of the century. And will his desire to form a dictatorship, an authoritarian type of government, which is very, very foreign to the United States of America, is that going to be successful? Is that what the American people want? I mean, this is the story of the century. Or will democracy finally prevail after 10 years of this nightmare? Will democracy and all of the attendant freedoms and our rights and our democracy, will these fundamental American values prevail? This remains the big story of the century. And folks, the jury is still out. So that's why, we need to get busy with it. And with that in mind, I just want to point out that this Republican Party, which has been so slavish towards Trump, and his desire to do anything, that not a single soul in that party is capable of speaking truth to power. But is this going to come back and haunt the Republican Party because they put all of their eggs in this one orange basket? There's no one else waiting in the wings. There are no stars in the Senate or Congress. JD Vance? Are you saying, I think I could give JD Vance a run for his money. He's a nothing burger. Um, but they have no one other than Trump. And Trump has to step aside in 3.5 years. So, um, but we can, I think something's going to happen sooner than that. I mean, this Epstein matter is just going to bury him in terms of media attention and negative publicity, and just his ethics and morals, which have never never been his strong suit, are now just it's a big joke. And it's not a joke because he's a pedophile and he's a rapist of children. And that's a career ender. That should be a career ender right there. But in addition to that, on the Democratic side, I believe we have a huge winner waiting in the wings, and that's Gavin Newsom. I think Newsom brings all the tools. I think he has all the tools to bury whoever the Republicans run in 2028. But more importantly, he can get out there later this year and early next year and start showing up in congressional districts, backing congressional candidates from coast to coast, Senate races, and introduce himself to America and become that rallying point that we so desperately need. Democrats need someone to rally around and frankly, to lead us. And I believe Gavin Newsom is that person. And I believe he can take that role on well before he runs for the presidency. Even I think he can begin to do that in 4 or 5 months. And whether he officially announces or not, maybe he'll wait, until a good bit later to officially announce. But he can he can represent us and all of our values very, very well, beginning very, very soon. As you can see, I'm a Gavin Newsom fan. I think he's the person for us in 2028 and even before. I think he'll help for us. I think he'll help immensely for the Democrats to take over the Senate and the Congress next year. So that's it for me. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for your support on X. Thank you for your support on YouTube. And this is Boomer. This boomer hits different.